Hi guys, so I wanted to do a little video just about adhesives because, in every craft room you need adhesives because that's how you're going to stick your stuff into the journal. Now, what's the difference about the adhesives? Well, honestly, it's kind of what you prefer. There's different things that work for different projects. These are my staples that I always have because these are the ones that I use, and they're very interchangeable. One of the things that I find having them on hand is that if you're in the middle of a project and then you're like, oh wow, I wish I would have had this particular adhesive, then you have it right there. So if you're kind of like, that would work better, you have it. So this is the one I use the most. This is the snail adhesive, and this just literally is like a tape, and you roll it on like this to your project. And this is a snail adhesive refill, so you can just pop that off and refill it when needed. I always suggest to have 2 or 3 refills in your craft room, just because depending on how adhesive heavy you can be. I'm very adhesive heavy. I use a lot of adhesive. I go through a lot of refills, so I always have at least 3 on hand in my craft room. Some people are a little more conservative, and then they might not use as much, but you still want a couple refills, because then if you run out of adhesive in the middle of your project, you can just refill it and keep going. Now, the Tombow glue is like a white glue, so it just has this tip and it's just white glue. I don't use this very much simply because of the time it takes to dry, but sometimes in specific projects it's amazing, so I like to have it. This is a fine tip glue pen, and I really like this one too, because if you're working with really intricate things, you can see that it's a very fine tip. So you can see how fine of a tip that is. And then this is really cool because this kind of goes inside of it, if I can get that, and then it keeps it open from coming up. So you just kind of have to take this and put it in there, and then, oops, I didn't get it. Okay, I'm going to work on that after. It's actually not that hard once you get used to it, but it does take a little practice, and I don't want to do that. Anyways, that's really great for that. Now, the mini glue dots is another thing you're going to see I use a lot. And the reason is because these mini glue dots are small, and they can go on projects. They are see-through, and so I really like that. I will usually go for a mini glue dot instead of this fine tip glue pen, again because of the drying time, but both are really great. And those are the adhesives I usually have in my craft room at all time. I'll put the links to order them from my Stampin' Up! Store if you guys want to order them. That is awesome, and we'll see you in the next video. That's all for adhesives for today. Bye for now.